Alright, so real quickly, you guys have been a great audience so far with this, but what is the #1 rule here? That was terrible. On 3, together in unison, like some sort of choir. 1, 2, 3. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up. Beautiful. Now a little backstory on this. Within our first few months of starting this show, a comic who we used to write with was out here, and he was watching. I think he was getting ready to perform that night. And people in the audience were talking to be obnoxious. And he yelled, "Shut the fuck up," and it's stuck ever since.
Right.
Now this comic is moving to Austin, Texas, for whatever reason, in a few weeks. And yeah, we're going to be sad to see him go. He's got a big blowout showcase going on. Where is it? Alright. Everyone, put your hands together for Tim.
Did you forget my last name?
No, because the fucking crowd sucked.
Oh, it did.
Clap for Tim.
He's got a show that's coming up. And it's his name. Drink a lot. That was the worst fucking intro ever. Wow, dude, that's amazing. I was the first person. I don't know where that story came from. I think he's done a lot of drugs over the past couple of years. I just yelled "shut the fuck up" at people off the stage. He gave some dramatic story like we were writing together. We never wrote together. The shit you say on this stage, I want nothing to do with that. I want to be as far away from that as possible. It's the worst. And actually, it was a really funny story because I said it in every show for a while. I used to tell people shut the fuck up all the time because I'm that bad of a comic that people would talk through my sets. And my manager was like, "Don't ever say shut the fuck up anymore. Don't use it anymore. It's the worst branding ever." And they built a mini empire off of it. So, fuck you. I was going to do some other shit, but we'll just tell a couple stories. My show, that no one here will be at, it's in Baltimore. If you guys are in Baltimore, it's April 13th. It's my last day in Baltimore. It's called Terrible Stories About Terrible People, and I will be telling terrible stories about terrible people there, one of which I went out on a date with a couple of weeks ago, and I never expected to get some material that quickly on my way out of Baltimore. Here's a little tale. I went to a wine bar with this chick. It was going to be a work date, you know, where you kind of work on things and you end up fucking. And it started off, she got trashed after a glass and a half of wine, which is kind of odd, right? So this downward spiral happened. This is an absolute true story, and usually comics are lying when they say that I'm not. This is my miserable life. She's really hot too, which made me extra tolerant of the bullshit that's about to go down, I'm telling you. So she starts off by saying, "You remind me of my dad." Nothing says you were touched as a child like that. But then she starts crying. She starts crying and crying because she's Russian and she grew up in Croatia and she watched children die and get bombed. This was another 20 minutes of her crying about children getting bombed. But because she's hot, I hung in there like a champion. Phase 3. She sobers up and she's like, I've done some TV. And she's like, I've seen all your TV stuff. I've seen you on TV. You know, your problem is, you're gay. You are gay. And I'm like, at this point, like, what's a drunk bitch want? She wants me to hit her. Like, that's... I'm not a violent person. I'm not gay. I know it kind of seems that way. But I'm not. And I was like, alright, well, we'll hang in there. She's hot. So then she starts crying again and she turns to me and finally says, I had an abortion a year and a half ago, and I still feel guilty about that. Touch my hair. And I'm like, if this shuts this bitch up. So I touch her hair and she lunges at me, and I don't know, like maybe rapists are attracted to women who are crying and want to make out, but I'm not. So I kind of pull back a bit, and she goes, "See, you're gay!" So let this be a lesson to you guys. If there's a woman crying about her abortion and she tries to make out with you, if you don't concede to that, you're gay. Just wanted to let you know. Oh, and this all happened at 3:30 in the afternoon. I hate my life. I really do.